Hello, my name is Millie Ortiz, and today I'll be talking about the tarantula hawk wasp. On the right side, there is a detailed drawing of the top of a tarantula hawk wasp by Caitlin McDonald. General information. The tarantula hawk wasp comes from the Pompilidae family. Its scientific name is Pepsis thisbe. The tarantula hawk wasp can be identified due to their vibrant characteristics. The common hawk wasp has bright orange wings and a black and iridescent blue body. The size ranges from 1.5 inch to 4 inches in length. On the left side, there is a simple but full drawing of a tarantula hawk wasp made by myself. Environment. The tarantula hawk wasp has a broad range when residing in an environment, yet the species resides and can thrive where tarantulas usually inhabit. Thus, the tarantula hawk wasp can reside anywhere with a hot, dry, or wet biome. Additionally, the species can enjoy an environment where flowers bloom due to being pollinators. Since the tarantula hawk wasps thrive in a hot or wet environment, expect to see them come out to play in late spring to summer. Down below, there is a photo of a tarantula hawk wasp pollinating a flower. Important attribute. The tarantula hawk wasp acquires a particular attribute that makes their prey more vulnerable. It is important to point out this attribute because it aids with the following physical adaptation that will be mentioned. The attribute are their legs, which are connected to the abdomen and are quite long. On the lower portion of the forelegs, they have hooked claws that allow a good proper grip. On the right, there is a drawing of the abdomen and legs of a tarantula hawk wasp made by me. Physical adaptation. The stinger in a tarantula hawk wasp is a physical adaptation that is used to hunt and paralyze their prey, which are tarantulas. This physical adaptation only applies to female tarantula hawk wasps. In the middle, there is a drawing of the abdomen of a tarantula hawk wasp with the stinger being let out. As shown in the drawing above, the stinger can range from 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 of an inch. Yet, the poison that the wasp has emits from the stinger to the prey. With the poison, the prey becomes paralyzed and is now vulnerable for the tarantula hawk wasp to act. How is it beneficial? The physical adaptation that was mentioned before is beneficial for the tarantula hawk wasp to survive in their environment because they have an upper hand when hunting prey. As said in the name, the species hunts tarantulas with the help of the stinger for the results of reproducing offspring. Using the stinger, a hawk wasp uses the poison to paralyze a tarantula. When paralyzed, they then use their hooked claws to drag the now paralyzed tarantula to a burrow, which is their nest, and then lay eggs inside their abdomen. Covering the burrow, the hawk wasps wait for the eggs to hatch so the offspring can consume the nutrients of the now dead tarantula. On the right, there is a photo of a tarantula hawk wasp holding onto a presumed paralyzed tarantula. Quick fact. Tarantula hawk wasps can actually reproduce both sexually and asexually. To begin the reproduction of the species, mating must be involved for our physical adaptation to occur. When mating plays out, the female can determine which of her eggs are fertilized or unfertilized, meaning that she can choose the sex of the offspring. Thus, female tarantula hawk wasps are a part of the Hymenoptera order. In the middle, there is a photo of 2 tarantula hawk wasps mating on the highest point of a tree. What can also be seen is another male wasp attempting to mate but with no avail. Comparison to others, number 1. When talking about a tarantula hawk wasp, the most comparable class to them would be the Insecta class. Within the certain class, many attributes of the hawk wasp are shared. An attribute that is shared among insects can be their stingers. Although many stingers are different in size, it all really depends on the insect. For example, a yellow jacket's stinger is shorter, measuring at 3/8 to 5/8 of an inch, and slimmer than the hawk wasp stinger. Yet, The pain meter for both of them are immensely painful. On the left side, there is a close-up picture of a yellow jacket stinger coming out. And on the right side, there is a close-up picture of a female tarantula hawk wasp's stinger coming out. Comparison to others, number 2. Amongst the comparisons between the insecta class lies the phenomenon of Batesian mimicry. This act of nature allows an advantage for the species that mimics another species. The advantage can range from either deflecting danger or stealthily creating it. Although many insects are guilty of such phenomenon, the robber fly is actually the closest example that can compare to our tarantula hawk wasp, with the colors and structure of both insects being almost identical. Right above the text, there is a full-length picture of a robber fly that is mimicking the tarantula hawk wasp. Very similar. Finishing off, these are my references used in order to put this presentation about the tarantula hawk wasp together. On the bottom, there is an image of a perfectly brilliantly colored tarantula hawk wasp under it, saying, "See y'all soon." Thank you for your time.